You are Locked On Texas Tech, your daily podcast on the Texas Tech Red Raiders. Part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Games are we actually playing? And so there's some confusing aspects as far as that goes, because there's a whole bunch of Big 12 teams that are there right now playing in this very tournament I think there's like 8 top 25 teams or something crazy. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think like Houston and Iowa State and Arizona. I mean, Arizona State's actually in Maui, but yeah, there's Baylor is in this deal. So it's a lot, and it's the other crazy thing is, this is where my wires get crossed, and I know you're the same as me in this. It still feels like so much football going on. And so it's hard to replicate the NCAA tournament on Thanksgiving week, but this is as close to trying to create a buzzy type event at a place that people just love to go to anyways as you're going to get.
I like the idea. You bring up some great questions as to how you are operating, particularly tying the scheduling aspect up into previous season's results, I guess. But I suppose, like we've also seen in this modern era, where there is a will, there is a way. And I mean, quickly, they can find a way when they have that will. So I'm interested in it. And I've always thought, of course, like many others, that there's some meat still on the bone in college basketball's regular season. It's non-conference season. So I'm hoping that Texas Tech, at least for the novelty of it, at least early on, will be a participator, and we'll see what it's like, I guess.
I wonder if – I'm probably talking out of turn, but I'm spitballing here. Don't you remember there was some suggestions that Brett Yormark was going to play almost like haven't we read before that, man, why don't you play the conference tournament before the season even starts? Yeah. Okay. Why don't you, when you're expanding your regular season schedule, you did to 20, now you're back to 18, but when you're trying to figure out your non-conference scheduling and this and that, I think that it was floated out by Yormark or somebody associated with the league. Why don't you just do something in Vegas to where you're going to create some RPI type stuff and take several teams amongst each other? They're not conference games, and do that kind of thing. Because he's got an affinity for Las Vegas. This just seems like Brett Yormark's fingerprints all over it, because it's kind of a lot of the ideas that were talked about, but it's morphed into something different. And the one thing that I wish they would maybe do with something like this is, man, there seems to be there would be a really good sweet spot in, say, mid-December. December the 10th through the 17th ish, right there, and you're away, and I just think it would get a lot more attention. Because I'm sorry, I love me some basketball. I do. I played it. You did too, Calvin. You're right. We're hoopers, man. Throw it to me, dog. Throw it to me, dog. I'm posted up. I'll drop a baby hook on your head, right?
Whoa,
baby hook shot, right? But it's still football season to me, and too much of this inventory gets lost. There's going to be big-time basketball games played on Thanksgiving Day. I'm sorry. I'm watching football these days, right?
We're talking these days. I'm really dozing off more than I'm doing anything. But, yeah, it's probably with a football game on the screen. So, yes.
Yes. Whereas if you put it in, and maybe they didn't have the luxury of doing this. I'm just spitballing. I just wish
it's already changed in dramatic ways very quickly. So maybe we do get a push in the schedule or some other big shift. I don't know.
Because I do think it could be a legitimately very well attended and some buzz around this event, but you're just competing with so much on a Thanksgiving week that it just makes it a bit tricky. So, but anyways, yeah. Would you say 50 million?
50 million? I think it's one Well, it's 50 million equity for the Big 12 conference, that partnership.
That's what I mean.
1 million, I believe, for the tournament itself.
Okay, yeah, there's some like hard cash like invested into this deal, because this isn't something that they're just planning on being here today and gone tomorrow. Like, they're really trying to grow it, and there's a million arenas in Vegas. And Texas Tech's played at the T-Mobile. They've played at the Orleans. They've played at the Thomas and Mack. I'm trying to remember what other ones are there, but there's like, the MGM's got an arena. I mean, it's nuts how many different venues you could actually go participate in there in Vegas. So and the Red Raider fans like to go rolling bones in Vegas too. I've seen some of them there on occasion. So
you're counting on finishing where it would require to be a participant. So I'm hoping this definitely is knocking at our door in the very, very near future, and we'll see how it goes down. It sounds like we are cautiously along for the ride. We'll see about these unanswered questions at this point in time and how they work themselves out. Chris, appreciate some time before the holiday from you, man. I know you are busy, to say the least, with all kinds of worlds colliding. So happy Thanksgiving Eve, and Thanksgiving to you and yours. And we'll catch up again on the other side before kickoff on Saturday. So looking forward to that, man. We'll see you then. First, today's episode brought to you by FanDuel, and football is in full force, and FanDuel's keeping you stocked with action every game day with a can't-miss offer. Right now, new customers can bet only $5, and if your bet hits, you're getting $300 in bonus bets to use across the app. Player props, building a same-game parlay, or even jumping in live as the action unfolds. Any way you like it, FanDuel has you covered. Quick, easy, and secure every time. If you're ready to play, download the FanDuel app now by visiting FanDuel.com to get started. That's FanDuel.com to place your first $5 bet.
Well, I hope to see you at the arena, or in fact, I hope I saw you at the arena, depending on when you're listening to this. We'll keep grinding away with these boys in hoops and talk some football as well. Fairly important game on tap in Morgantown, West Virginia. As my man Cowan calls it, was the Duchendorf Cup. Is that right?
Duchendorf Cup.
Yeah.
The battle for John Denver's soul, the John Denver Soul Bowl. I'm workshopping several.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, there you go. Yeah, we'll discuss next right here on Locked On Texas Tech. Okay, yeah.
Very good. Are you coming from my job? Ooh, a little heat there on the call. For Chris Level, I'm Casey Cowan. Thanks for being out there to the everydayers, the Matador Mob. Hit our show notes and find a link to a free 14-day trial if you're interested in joining that crew. Your direct line to Chris and myself with a one-on-one text sent straight to your phone. And, of course, get subscribed on YouTube or anywhere you get podcasts so you never miss an episode. Thanks so much for joining us. Happy Thanksgiving wherever you may be to you and yours, and we'll catch up on the other side on Locked On Texas Tech.